10 easy and delicious diabetic desserts coming your way. Let's go.
We have our fabulous ingredient list, starting with our Crazy Richards peanut butter. Now, there's this huge misconception with peanut butter. So many people come to my office, and if you're new to this channel, my name is Dietitian Shelly. During the day, I work with clients to help lower their blood sugars, be it they have diabetes, pre-diabetes, or insulin resistance, as well as lots of women with hormonal issues. So if that's you, I would love it if you would like this video, subscribe to this channel. But this question about peanut butter is a lot of folks think that it's high in sugar. Well, if we look at the labels, we see that on the Crazy Richards, the ingredients is peanuts, the net carbs minus fiber is 2, so this is a winner. Now, of course, you can use almond butter. It's up to you. We add to this one of our Lily's crisp rice, and this is one of my favorites, gang. It is like a Nestle Crunch, and Nestle Crunch was one of my favorite candies. We have 100% butter. Again, we cannot stand any of that margarine stuff. Gross, increasing that inflammation. And then a cup of our Lily's chocolate chips. Now, these have 2 net carbs.
So Lily's is my preferred chocolate, but if you want to, there's Choc Zero. I'm sure there's a ton of other different varieties that you can find at your local Walmart. I usually buy mine at Drug Emporium. So, use what you want. You don't have to be glued to what I say.
And of course, our Swerve would be 1 tablespoon of Swerve. Grab your muffin tin, a super tiny spatula, your hand beaters, and well, I'm saying muffin tin again, so I guess grab your muffin pan first. I'm gonna try these. These are some parchment paper muffin tins. I got them over at Walmart. Y'all, I don't have any kind of luck with parchment paper, any of this, so we're gonna try these. And yes, my mixer. Y'all, I'm so cheap. I'm bougie on a bayou. Look at that Scotch tape holding the bottom of this together. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not embarrassed. So if y'all wanna clown me for not having a fancy Hamilton Beach, go right ahead. Y'all, it has been with me for such a long time. I do not like to throw away things unless they're broken. And your 2 bowls. Grab those muffin tins and line your muffin pan with the parchment paper. So here we go. This is something new that I'm trying out live on this video. Well, this video really isn't live. Size-wise, we got a little bit of a struggle bus happening, but you know what? We're gonna make it work. We're not gonna quit. We're gonna keep working at this. It's gonna be fine. This recipe makes 8, but you can see I don't know why I did this. I did 12. I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess it's just something normal. Go ahead when you're done with that. It's a little bit of a disaster. Grab one of your mixing bowls and grab that Crazy Richards. We're going to add a 1/2 cup of this. Now you can see with natural peanut butter. So, because remember the ingredients are just peanuts. We're on the struggle bus as well with this. You may need to use a spoon. You may need to warm up the spoon by putting like some hot water over that spoon. But I guarantee you it's worth it. Go ahead and add a tablespoon of that Swerve to this.
So Swerve is made from select ingredients from different fruits and vegetables. So it's 0 calorie, it's non-GMO, it is absolutely awesome. But the only thing I disagree with Swerve and a lot of our other sugar replacers, be it you use allulose, be it you use monk fruit, is that I don't measure cup for cup. I feel like it gives an aftertaste when it does that. And I'm gonna do a video down the road on how to cook with sugar replacers because we make a lot of mistakes. But I encourage you to use half the amount. So if you use a cup of sugar, use a cup of Swerve. If the recipe calls for a cup of Swerve, use 1/2 cup. It's really gonna make a difference in that taste.
Add a tablespoon of butter. Now I'm using a baby spatula. You can mix this. Again, you're going to have to manipulate this a little bit. This is not going to be a 1-second deal. But in reality, this is only about 1 to 2 minutes that you'll need. You see I'm pressing down on the peanut butter. I'm pressing down on the butter, the Swerve. I'm really trying to mix this together because I don't want whenever I grab my hand mixer for it to explode all over the place. Now, it will get a little bit messy. You know what? Who cares? The best kitchens are the messiest kitchens. I'm telling you that right now. When you feel comfortable enough, when you feel things are combined enough, go ahead and grab the mixer. Yes, mine does have that Scotch tape on it, and give it a good mixture. You want to make sure it's pretty smooth, all the lumps are out, that the butter's really mixed into that peanut butter, because we don't want to just take a bite of butter and we don't want to take a bite of the Swerve. Really get it nice and mixed. When that's done, place that bowl aside and grab your smaller bowl. You're going to add to that your cup of your Lily's chocolate chips. You kind of see that I'm using 2 different bags. That's because one of my bags had a very few amount in there, and then the other one was full. You kind of see there that I'm dancing a little bit with that crazy Richards. We're going to add another 4th cup to this, okay? Yes, we're going to go ahead and crush that Lily's bar. I keep it simple, gang. I'm not going to use a knife and cut it on up. I'm using my fingers, crunch, 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 crunch. Yes, I'm going to take a bite of that. I love me some chocolate. And yes, y'all, I am a girl who loves to lick the beaters. Let me know in the comments section if that's you. Go ahead. Let's get ready to go to that microwave. Follow me to the microwave. And I had some coffee in there. Oops, get it on out of there. We're going to microwave this on 30-second increments. You don't want to do it all at once, because what'll happen is it'll get burned and you'll be mad, and then you'll write a nasty comment, and I don't want that. And hey, shout out to Mireille. That's my daughter. She's helping me with filming this, and we're going to do it in 30-second increments until it melts. It took me 3 times. So just to kind of give you a perspective, don't do a minute 30 seconds. I promise you don't want to have burnt chocolate on your hands. It's going to stink. It's going to smell. You're going to get angry. And really mix it. It's beautiful, because of the Lily's crunch that I use. It's not going to be completely smooth, but that's okay. Bring it back to those muffin tins, and I'm taking about a tablespoonful and I'm scooping it in the muffin tin. Notice I'm also spreading it out. Now, again, this is not anything meant to be beautiful. We're not, heating butter knives or anything and passing it over there. This is okay, folks. These things do not have to be insanely beautiful. No one's judging anyone here. And then you're going to put a spoon of that peanut butter mixture on top of this. Once you have it all out, you layer it with some more chocolate, of course. We put it in the freezer or refrigerator for about 2 hours. This will get hard quite quick. So this is actually a very, very fast dessert that you can make. And y'all, this finished product is absolutely phenomenal. I am so pleased with how this turned out. You, your friends, your family will love this. They're not even going to believe that this is diabetic friendly. These Reese's cups will not raise your blood sugar levels. This is a great way to have dessert. If you were too busy laughing or just like oohing and gooing and mouth watering at this recipe, I have it all written out in the description box. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. Much love.
It's time to reveal the 2 ingredients, and I'm going to be a little controversial because there is something called True Whip, which I have here. I purchased it at Drug Emporium. You can see the price is a little high. This is sweetened with allulose. I kind of flipped it over to show you the ingredients. It's 2 grams of carbs. It's wonderful. However, there's also the Cool Whip Zero Sugar. Now, it is more than your 3 grams of carbs. It's not quote unquote as clean, I guess you could say, as the True Whip, but gang, I do realize we are at all levels, budgets, and spending money. And I always tell folks this is not the place to argue about that. I want everyone to be able to feel included. So, guess what ingredient I'm going to use? I'm going to use the Cool Whip. And go ahead and grab a bag of those Lily's milk chocolate chips. Grab a small loaf pan, and we're going to line it with our non-stick aluminum foil. You all know that this is one of my favorite items to use in this kitchen. You can, again, definitely get it at your Walmart, your Kroger, your Drug Emporium, and a lot of times I'm on the struggle bus with lining it. Don't rush it. Just keep it simple. And folks will say, well, why do we want to make things like this? Why do we make, these sugar-free desserts? And, some people say, I'm teasing folks with this. And honestly, I make it because I like it. I do enjoy candy. I can't lie to you about that. But we want to modify it because a regular Three Musketeers bar, their full-size candy bar, has 240 calories, 7 grams of fat, and 42 grams of carbs. So that's almost 3 slices of bread. And gang, this is something that I don't make every single day. I mean, so I use this as a treat. It's super fun. We're going to go ahead and place that aside and grab a bowl. And you notice that that's Christian. Give a big old shout out to Christian. He cut the bag open. He poured the chocolate chips in. Now we're going to take this over to the microwave, and we're going to microwave it in 30-second increments. It's crazy important because it's very easy for us to go, oh, let me just microwave it for a minute. Well, we don't want burnt chocolate. actually melts very, very quickly. You're going to go back and forth with it about 3 times. It works wonderful. Now, to this, once it's smooth, we're going to combine our Cool Whip in here. Now, again, a little trick that I want to show you all is I don't believe in blopping the entire container in because it's going to be a pain in the butt to serve. The Cool Whip's still going to be, like it says, cool. It's going to be cool. And the chocolate's hot, so it's going to harden a little bit. So you really have to bring those muscles in and stir it. And I do it like half a container, maybe like another little scoop here and there. You do it how you wish. I don't advise using a hand mixer for this. I prefer to stir it, but again, this is up to you. These are your recipes, and I want you to feel as comfortable as possible doing this. Once it's combined, we're going to pour it into our pan, and notice I'm using, kind of like a flat edge spatula. This may be called something specific. If it is, let me know in the comment section. And it is a little hard to do this. It's going to take a little bit of manipulation. That's okay. That's okay. You could use a butter knife, use whatever you want to do. And it's going to get a little messy. That's okay as well. I say the messiest kitchens are the best kitchens. So many folks are like, your kitchen's a mess. And I'm like, yeah, because I eat in there. We're going to take this over to the freezer. We're going to freeze it for about 1 to 2 hours. Once that is done, you go ahead and take it and remove it from your pan. And you want it to have a hard kind of feeling. Now, honestly, I probably should have froze mine a little bit longer, but I was just excited to taste this. Yes, I was. And then this is where I made a boo-boo. I should have kept that spatula to cut it. I'm using a knife. You can see my fingers are getting a little sticky, a little messy. That's okay. Now, off camera, what I did, notice I'm kind of cutting it into pieces, is I melted about a half a cup of lilies. I am not that type who's going to dip the entire, piece of that chocolate or that nougat, as people will say, in the chocolate, the melted chocolate. I'm going to kind of drizzle it on top. I really prefer that method. Once you're done drizzling, you're supposed to put it back in the freezer, but I want a piece. I'm gonna eat it. I'm showing it off to you. Gang, this lasts in the freezer. It's a great snacky snack to do. If you were too busy laughing, didn't get to write the recipe down, don't worry, it's in the description box. And gang, I wish you all well. And hey, for more diabetic recipes, be sure to like and subscribe. Much love. So excited. Grab that loaf pan, align it with your parchment paper. I don't do this evenly. It looks a mess, but just put that parchment paper in there because you're going to add about 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream to your pan. I only have this pan on medium heat. It is a very small pan. And remember, heavy whipping cream, a half a cup of it is only 3 grams of carbs. And y'all, I buy all my stuff at the Walmart and Drug Emporium. I don't go to the fancy stores. I do not have the time nor the extra dollars to do that. This will not come to a boil. Very important. We're just going to stir it with our spatula until it gets those little bubbles that form. And once that happens, you're going to add your full bag of Lily's chocolate chips. This is super important. Use milk chocolate. I am the first girl to tell you I love me some dark chocolate, but it turns a little bitter. And remember, we're making this for our family. The last thing we want our family to do is to taste something and go, oh my gosh, this is so healthy. Boo. You want to trick them boo-boos so that you'll be able to be like, this is a low carb and you didn't even realize. Your 33 Lily's chips. This is a big snack in my clinic. And for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm Shelly. I'm a dietitian and I work with folks to help them with weight loss, PCOS. Be sure to subscribe if you like this channel. But 33 of these chips is only 2 net carbs. And so a lot of times this is one of our snacks, or if we get a little feeling of chocolate. We're going to stir this until it is nicely combined. Being very, very careful. Do not walk away from this recipe. We do not want it to burn. And once this is combined and beautiful and it makes this gorgeous kind of chocolate syrup glaze, you're going to go ahead and pour it into that pan. Go ahead and take that pan. Once you pour everything in there, we're going to refrigerate it for about 2 hours. You go ahead and remove it. You cut into your little small squares. Oh my gosh, look at this. It is so good. Y'all, serve this for Christmas. And if you forgot the recipe already, it's just 2 ingredients. Scroll in the description. Also scroll in the description. I got a little menu for you. It's free. Download it. And gang, I'm Shelly, a low-carb dietitian. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Much love.
This 2-ingredient low-carb fudge will please the entire family, and they won't believe that it's diabetic-friendly and sugar-free. First things first, gang, we have got to line our pan with parchment paper. Now, y'all know me. I stink at this, so if y'all got some tips for me, please let me know. Grab your saucepan, a measuring cup, and yes, that embarrassingly lined pan. And I want you to grab our first ingredient. It's one of two. It's heavy whipping cream. We need about 3/4 cup of our heavy whipping cream. Go ahead and add it to that pan. Remember, half a cup is going to be 3 grams of carbs, so this is low carb. And gang, you do need to use heavy whipping cream. It does have a lot more fat than our half and half, and y'all know that I'm a calories girl, but this is how this recipe will turn, and it will be thick and it will set. Half and half won't set. Almond milk won't set. I'm not so sure about coconut cream. I'm not the biggest fan of coconut. Y'all know this by now. And hey, if you don't know me, my name is Dietitian Shelly. I live a low carb lifestyle and encourage all of my clients to as well for optimal health, i.e. lower them blood sugars and balance out those hormones. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hey, I like that. We're going to add to this our Lily's salted caramel chocolate chips. Did you know they were salted caramel? Yes, indeed. But boo, you're going to add this whole bag to this. You're going to mix it. Remember, gang, our heat is going to be medium low. It's going to take a minute or two to get this mixed, but hey, who cares? No big deal to me because I ain't got to turn on my oven or anything like that. And we're still keeping the carbs low, boo. Where do you get Lily's? Well, I have a great store here called Drug Emporium. There's Walmart, there's Kroger. Y'all know I don't like to spend a lot of money. I wish I had some extra pocket change, but I just don't. I got 2 kids, y'all, and I'm bougie on a bayou. Give me a deal. I love it. I buy my clothes on the clearance racks, and I hope y'all do too, because I want you to save some money with me. Once we get all of this stirred, gang, and it looks beautiful, you're going to pour it in the pan. Y'all see I'm messy as you know what, so I love tips. Y'all tell me how to not be messy, but I personally believe the messier the kitchen, the better the kitchen, the better the love. We're going to let this set in the refrigerator for 2 hours, and that's it. Cut it, enjoy it. Your family is going to panic, and they ain't going to be like, ooh, this tastes healthy. They're going to be like, dang, girl, give me this recipe. If you didn't write it down, scroll in the description box. I'm Dietitian Shelly. Love to you all. Be sure to like and subscribe. Bye-bye, gang. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and take that 8x8 square pan and go ahead and spray it with your non-stick cooking spray. You can see that I'm using coconut spray, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm not the biggest fan of coconut oil because of the taste. I think coconut oil is wonderful. Taste-wise, not a fan. However, in the non-stick form, perfectly wonderful. I took the Keto and Company yellow cake mix. Y'all know I love this brand. I find it at my local Drug Emporium stores. If you do not have a Drug Emporium, I'm sorry, clutch the pearls, gas. Look at your local supermarkets to see if you can find it, because it really is a great brand. It is gluten-free. It has 1.8 grams of net carbs per serving. And everybody always asks, hey, Shelly, what is this sweetened with? Erythritol and monk fruit. So I do prefer those sweeteners. The secret ingredient to make our strawberry shortcake strawberry is Zevia. Y'all, I love Zevia. So for me, again, huge Drug Emporium find, but of course, I've seen it at local supermarkets. I've seen it at Kroger, Albertsons, all those places. So go ahead and give a look. And yes, this is the strawberry flavor. And no, it's not pink because they don't like to put any kind of ickiness in their items. And of course, Zevia rhymes with stevia. So that is what it's made with. Now, here's the thing. I added a full can. Now, some of y'all are going to poo-poo me for this. I enjoy a cobbler style strawberry shortcake. When I went to visit my husband's family, they like that biscuit style. So if you want a really kind of biscuity, very kind of tough cake, please only use half a can. But if you're like me, and I kind of say it's because I'm from the South, I'm super duper Cajun, I use the whole can because give me that cobbler. In fact, give me that warm cobbler. Go ahead and comment cobbler in the comment section. Let's make the YouTube algorithm giggle if you are like me and love that cobbler. Notice, gang, this is very important. I'm using a spatula, no blender, because if you use a blender, it would explode, and then I'm going to have to come and chase you down with my shoe. Smells really good, gang. It's, got a wonderful smell. And we pour our mix into our pan and go ahead and throw it into your oven. Now, again, important, if you use that whole can, we're going to cook it for a little longer, 50 to 55 minutes. If you use just that half a can of Zevia,
30 to 35. While our strawberry shortcake's cooking, we're gonna make frosting. I do not like keto frostings. I haven't tried any that I like. Why? Because I get that aftertaste, and aftertaste gives me the the barfs. I'm just, ooh, don't give it to me. It's gross. It's nasty. So we make our own with heavy whipping cream. We're going to use a cup. Now, a half a cup of heavy whipping cream is 3 grams of carbs. So the entire frosting we're making here is 6 grams of carbs. And we have to beat this with our hand mixer for about 5 minutes. And again, I am not adding anything to this. I am not adding any extra sugar, any extra swerve, any of that, because I do not like items to be overly sweet. When I see a product that's keto, low carb, diabetic friendly, PCOS friendly, and it tastes overly sweet, it is a huge turn off to me. Let me know if that's a turn off to you as well. It's just icky. When this is done, it's going to be like really fluffy and beautiful. It expands. We're going to put it in the refrigerator for about an hour or so, and that is going to be our topping. Ooh, remove that cake from the oven and put straw. Okay, yeah, I made a mistake. You see, in my order pickup, I had strawberries, but they kind of disappeared. So I did the next best thing, which was use blueberries. So please don't hate me. Please don't write nasty comments. It's an honest mistake. I wasn't mad at the person at pickup. You know, I always say there's so many more things to get mad at. They forget. It's okay. But you know, you put your heavy whipped frosting on here. This is delicious. It's amazing. And if you were too busy laughing at my jokes and smiling and forgot to write the ingredients down, scroll into the description box. And hey, if you're looking for low carb recipes and a little bit of laughter, subscribe to my channel. Much love, gang. Bye-bye.
Y'all, these 2 ingredients, you're not gonna believe it. Here we go. We have our strawberry premier protein drink. So this is our secret fat burner. And I'll tell you why in a little bit about why it works, but most important, the sugar content on this, crazy low, 1 gram, 30 grams of protein. And I have our frozen berries. Y'all see great value? You know what that means? Walmart. Y'all ain't got my fancy. Just check the ingredients on the label. Make sure there's no added sugar to it. This is so easy. Y'all see my Black & Decker food processor? Y'all, this thing old. I think it's older than my child. My oldest is 12, so yeah, it's old, but it still works. I ain't replacing it. I ain't doing it. No, ma'am. It works. I'm not replacing it. So I'm adding about a pound of berries to this, and you'll see in a little bit. I had a little bit of an accident, but that's okay. All we do is we just grab a dish towel. Then we add in and pour our premier protein. Now where are my manners at? Where are my manners? You know, if you're new here, welcome, or welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Dietitian Shelly. During the day I see clients, and on this channel I post a ton of videos pertaining to diabetes, pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, and more. So if you're ready to lower the blood sugars, lose some weight in the process, while eating yummy foods that don't contain ingredients from the fancy store, but also learning some tips and tricks along the way, you're gonna want to subscribe. I would love to have you. Welcome to the family. I mean, I'm Cajun. This is my family. Y'all my family. I love y'all. Y'all my family. You see this mess I'm making right here? Well, guess what, baby? We just grab a dish towel. You don't throw this away? That's money down the drain. That is money down the drain. Just gonna look clean. Okay, that's all you gotta do. But more importantly, let's talk about how this ice cream is so special. Well, number 1, you see I didn't add any sugar to it. Number 2, that premier protein is loaded with our weight loss winner and even our diabetic winner of protein. Y'all, we need so much protein in our diet, but sometimes I just don't want to eat meat. I ain't a carnivore. I mean, I like meat, but I'm not a carnivore. You know, a lot of y'all are going to ask if you could use a different shake. Make sure it has at least 20 grams of protein. I know there's a lot of brands out there, and I know a lot of my people like sales, and that's okay. You know, protein keeps us full. That's really the big thing. It promotes something called satiety, which is the feeling of fullness. So this ice cream will prevent you from going munch all over the place. You know, and we love these berries in here. The berries are high fiber. Fiber also keeps us full. These berries are low in the glycemic index. And foods low in the glycemic index will produce less blood glucose and insulin, which will help us avoid creating body fat. So yes, we want to use the berries. If you're going to be asking me to use a different fruit, I'm going to say no. I want you to use the berries. We just mix this up, blend this up. This is beautiful. This is perfect. I live in Louisiana. It's hot almost 360 days of the year. Y'all, I can remember wearing a bathing suit on Christmas Day.
Sometimes in winter, I'm like, what's that? I don't know what that is. But this ice cream is perfect for you and the entire family. Look how creamy this is. This is beautiful. This is awesome. You know, the recipe's in the description box. But also don't forget to download that 7-day menu. It can help you lower your blood sugars and help you lose weight. Y'all, please subscribe. Much love to you all.
To get started with this recipe, you have to preheat that oven. Go ahead and turn it to 350 degrees. Now you see I have my 9x13 baking sheet. We're going to go ahead and spray it very nicely, i.e. we want to coat this pan with our nonstick cooking spray. I'm using the Spectrum coconut spray. I got it over at my local drug emporium. You could absolutely find this anywhere. And the reason I'm using coconut, I know some of y'all are like, wait a minute, Shelly, we've been watching this channel forever and we know you don't like coconut that much. I really don't, but this nonstick cooking spray, I don't get a coconut flavor. And if I was to use olive oil, it would kind of be weird. Now to this, we are going to add our frozen blueberries, 3 cups to be exact. You see that this is the Great Value brand, and I got this at Walmart because y'all know I'm bougie on a bayou. Y'all know I can't be affording to go shop at big old fancy pants stores. I have 2 kids. I pretty much do middle school homework every night. I just don't have time to do the fancy shopping. Thumbs up if you are somebody who is just like me and loves the Walmart. And hey, if this is your first time watching it, go ahead and subscribe. My name is Shelly. I'm a dietitian, and I love to bring you lots of low-carb recipes and laughter to help lower those blood sugar levels and balance out those hormones. Remember, 4th cup of our frozen blueberries, 21 calories, 3 grams of net carbs. The star of the show is our Keto and Company Vanilla Keto Cake Mix. Now, again, I got this over at Drug Emporium. I just love that store. Comment below on your favorite health food store. Drug Emporium, the prices are awesome, but what I love about this Keto and Company Vanilla Keto Cake Mix, it's gluten-free. It's actually made with coconut flour, but again, it's not this overpowering flavor. They use erythritol and monk fruit to sweeten it, 2 net carbs, and I just can't tell you all, it is gluten-free and amazing. The winner is our Kerrygold. Now, Kerrygold is something I will spend a little bit of extra money on because it is, let's face it, amazing. We're using 1/4 of a cup, which is going to be half of that stick. Now, this is where I need to ask your advice. You see, I'm a little bit on the struggle bus with this. We have our knife, and I'm trying to cut it in really thin slices. Do you have a fabulous tip? I mean, I researched, and folks said use things like dental floss, a cheese cutter. Let me know what I should use because I want this to be really, really thin. I'm not succeeding. And so I put this on top of the cake mix. So it's layered. Our frozen blueberries with the Keto and Company cake mix with the Kerrygold butter. That is all. That is all. Rejoice because you don't have to buy anything else. This is going to go in the oven for a good 45 minutes. Look at this. It is absolutely stunning, gorgeous, amazing. I want to take a bite into it right now, but I gotta let it cool off. And if you were too busy laughing and not writing things down, you can scroll below for the recipe. And plus, be sure to sign up for my 7-day menu. It's in that description box. You just are going to click on the link. It's going to ask for your email address, and you can get some free recipes as well. Gang, if you love this recipe, if you're going to be making this recipe, be sure to subscribe for more low-carb recipes to balance out those hormones. Much love, gang. Bye-bye.
I made over your mama's blackberry dumplings so it does not spike your blood sugar levels. This diabetic blackberry dumpling recipe is crazy simple, delicious, and I promise it's a huge crowd pleaser and it's going to bring back some great memories. These ingredients are found at your local Walmart because y'all know I need to save me some money. We have our Great Value triple blend berries. This is a great product. I love it. It's in the frozen section. There's no added sugar. If you want to do a different brand, just double check that label. Make sure the ingredients are just that fruit. We have our Kerrygold. Now, I love to save money, but this is one item that I do invest in. I will say it is a little bit pricier. However, my local Kroger runs a lot of specials on this. They do that. You buy it, you get $1 off, etc. I am a huge weekly ad, circular, coupon, whatever you want to call it. Now, Carb Quick is my other investment item that I do. Almond flour, I love it, but it does not work in a lot of recipes, and particularly this recipe, it will fail. This is at Walmart. It is a large box. You will get great usage out of this. It's not a one product buy all. So I realize sometimes it's hard to put out that money at first. This is a worth it product. We have our plain Greek yogurt and my sweetener of choice, which is Swerve. Get yourself a measuring cup, and to your bowl, we're gonna add a cup of Carb Quick. Now, if this is your first time using Carb Quick, you can see it. If I take the carb off, it's like a Bisquick. That's exactly what it looks like. It's exactly what it smells like. We're gonna add to this a cup of plain Greek yogurt. Now, I'm not using a fancy piece of equipment. I don't have the gorgeous, I guess, bread machine, hook, fork, Hamilton Beach blender. I actually do. I just don't use it because I'm lazy and I don't want to clean it. Let me know if you're the same. Now, you're going to see that this is kind of hard to mix. You know, it's not going to be the easiest thing. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of water. That's it, gang. We do not want a cake batter style. This is going to be a dumpling, and you're going to continue to mix that. A lot of folks are going to ask me about almond flour, and it's a big no. And where are my manners? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shelly, aka Dietitian Shelly, and I post videos here pertaining to diabetes, pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, and more. So if you're ready to lower those blood sugars, lose some weight, all while eating some yummy, delicious foods and learning some great tips, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Once it's mixed, you're going to place that bowl to the side. Moving over to the stove, y'all can see how I measure. We're going to use half a bag of this, so it's about 1.5 pounds of your berries. I'm going to line it up in my saucepan. You can see how pretty this is already. This is a gorgeous recipe. Remember, we're big on the berries in here. I've done a ton of videos on this channel about the importance of eating all types of berries because they're low on the glycemic scale and they're high in fiber. We're putting this on medium heat, and to our berries, we're gonna add a tablespoon or less of our butter. And again, I have Kerrygold. Just make sure what you're using is 100% butter. We're gonna add half a cup of water to this, and then we're gonna add about 1/3 cup of our Swerve. And as everybody always asks, of course, you can use the sweetener of choice that suits you and your family's taste buds. We are gonna bring this to a boil. Take a big ol' inhale, y'all. This smells so good, and it's starting to boil, okay? And really looking at this, y'all, if I'm from Louisiana, and if you had that Cajun or Southern mama who made any kind of dumplings, or you went to a fair and a festival and they had dumplings, there's this great ice cream shop back home. They have a blackberry dumpling ice cream. Oh my gosh, it is so good. But I'm staying away from it, no big deal. It's just something that just brings back these great memories. And oh, the smell of it is so good. Now, once it hits that really boiling level, we're gonna drop the Carb Quick mixture by tablespoonfuls. And I mean, look at this, y'all. This is not your mama's diabetic dessert, which was like, let's get some fruit in a bowl and put a little bit of Cool Whip on there. This is hot. This is delicious. It's amazing. We gotta lower it to medium heat. Y'all see what I look like with no makeup. And we're gonna put a lid on this. Now, I couldn't find the lid. You could tell I'm like, I'm a little disorganized, but who cares? We're gonna cover it. It's gonna cook for 15 to 20 minutes. And look at this. This is absolutely stunning. This is a gorgeous recipe. It will not spike your blood sugars. It's diabetic friendly. It's pre-diabetic friendly. Heck, it's overall healthy. So the entire family's gonna love this. Scroll in the description for the actual recipe. And the surprise is, download your 7-day menu. I want you to, because I want you to improve your blood sugar levels. I want you to lose weight. Gang, it's Dietitian Shelly. I want to make sure you subscribe to this channel.
3 ingredients is all you need. Grab that Cool Whip. Remember to look at the label to make sure you keep that sugar as low as possible. You can also use True Whip. I have sugar-free Jell-O, strawberry flavored, and a cup of strawberries. Get you a bowl, spatula, knife,
and cutting board. We're going to take that cup of strawberries and we're going to start, I don't want to use the word cube, but maybe slice them into smaller pieces. You can absolutely use any other berry. That's raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Please do. A cup of strawberries is about 46 calories, 11 grams of carbs, but don't panic, y'all. 3 grams of fiber, giving this 8 net carbs per cup. And I recommend to my clients and patients in clinic to have a half a cup. And if you don't know, I'm Shelly. Hey, I'm a dietitian, Dietitian Shelly. I work in the day as a dietitian running a private practice, working with folks to lower their blood sugars, weight loss, hormone balance. At night, I make really fun and simple recipes to share with you all, and this is one of them. It's super easy and it's super delicious. Go ahead and put those sliced strawberries in your bowl, and we're gonna go ahead and add that Jell-O. You could see that I am using Great Value, which is from the Walmart. Y'all know I love shopping at Walmart, Aldi, Kroger. I love to shop at discount stores. I love to use coupons, and you even see on my little apron, something that says Skinny Louisiana. What is that? Well, it's 2 cookbooks I author. They're super fun. I am from Louisiana. Love to use Louisiana products in cooking. If that's you want to check out those cookbooks. And hey, if you're looking to lower your blood sugars, you might want to subscribe to this channel. If you notice, I'm using about half the package of that Jell-O. It's about 1 to 2 tablespoons. You can use the whole package. Me personally, I am not an overtly sweet person. I don't need these crazy sugar-rich desserts. But if you are a sweet person, I'm actually a little bit more of a salty person, go ahead and use the whole package. We're going to stir so we can coat the strawberries with that gelatin, and we're going to go ahead and add that whipped topping. Some of you all may be wondering, why am I not using sugar-free? Well, guess what? A lot of times it's the same amount of sugar as in the sugar-free compared to the regular. So it's very, very important to look at those labels. Now, I'm a 4-H girl as well. If you are, let me know in the comments. You see what I'm doing there? I put half the Cool Whip, give it a little stir, and then I put the other half of the Cool Whip. It's just a little trick that I learned from a long time ago. I've never let it go. Go ahead and share any kind of fun tip that you have. Maybe that you learned in 4-H, or maybe that you learned dealing with Cool Whip, Jell-O, or strawberries. This is it. You just stir it. It's fluffy. It's cool. It's perfect for the summer, or heck, perfect for any time. It's a great after dinner dessert that will not spike your blood sugar levels. If you forgot the ingredients already, go ahead and scroll in the description box. And hey, while you're down there, get my 7-day menu. That will help to lower your blood sugars. And the side effect, give you a little weight loss. I'm Dietitian Shelly, y'all. Be sure to like and subscribe. Love y'all bunches.
You can't have a recipe without ingredients, and these are all found at your local Walmart, Kroger, and Aldi. The first is a container of whipped topping. Be sure to look at that label. We'll chat about this in a second because there's a ton of other options you can use. Our plain PB2 powder, that is the lowest in sugar. And we have a couple different syrups you can add. I want you to pick your favorite. I have Splenda, I have the Chalk Zero, which is made with monk fruit, and the Jordan Skinny Mixes, which are getting a huge amount of traction on your TikToks and on your YouTubes. Pick one. We'll talk about the one that I picked in just a minute. Grab a bowl, a tablespoon, various spatulas or a spoon, an optional muffin pan. Now go ahead and take that container of whipped topping and just dump it in your bowl. Now earlier I said we're going to talk about this. I'm using Great Value. I love deals. I love things that are super cheap. My biggest thing I tell everybody is compare your labels. Now I always teach my clients and patients, we keep that sugar under 5. Of course, go for the lowest one. This is where you can compare brand names. This is where you can compare the light to the fat-free to the zero sugar to see which one has the least amount of sugar. Now for folks looking for a clean option, there is the True Whip. I encourage you to use what you love. Go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of that PB2 powder. Remember earlier I said, hey, we're going to grab the plain one because the plain one, again, is the lowest amount in sugar. Now, of course, you can add 1 to 2 more tablespoons if you want a really intense peanut butter flavor. For me, I like kind of a kiss of the peanut butter flavor. I'm not like overly peanut butter. I'm not that person who can open up a jar and just eat a spoon of peanut butter. But if you are, I would highly suggest adding 2 more tablespoons of that PB2 powder. Now, this is where we have fun with our syrups. You see I'm choosing the Jordan Skinny syrup. I mean, this is really cool. There's a store here in town called Drug Emporium, and I'm sure you all have some type of variety of that store in your own hometown. These used to be on sale. I don't know if y'all remember the store Tuesday morning. I wish that place would have never closed down. Let me know in the comments if you know
know what Tuesday morning is, it was one of my favorite places to go to and just get stuff, but good stuff. Like I got my bed sheets there. I got all kind of cool stuff there. And if you're like, who are you? I'm like, hey, my name is Shelly. I'm Dietitian Shelly. During the day, I work as a dietitian. I have my own private practice. I see folks for weight loss, blood sugar control, hormone balance. And at night, I try to really develop some fun, cool recipes that are super easy. I'm also a mom of 2. So these recipes really work. They're super simple. And you can see I did the skinny syrup, a tablespoon of it. Don't go overboard with these because it will add a super sweet flavor. We're going to mix this all together. Now, it's going to take a couple seconds for everything to dissolve and kind of blend in. And normally I'd have said, hey, after this is mixed, you could top it with the Lily's chocolate chips. You could put it in the refrigerator or freezer for a couple of hours, take it out and serve it. But a fun trick, and I've seen this a lot on the TikToks and the YouTubes, is that folks will grab a muffin pan and they'll scoop even amounts. That way it's portioned out. You can grab it. It's a little bit neater. You could put it in your little cup. You could maybe, throw some nuts on top of it. It kind of makes your own sundae by banana split, because again, it's getting close to summertime. And if it's not summertime right now, hey, if it's not cold where you're at, I'm always thinking of hot because it's hot where I'm from. I'm from Louisiana. And you could serve this right before the event, or hey, even at nighttime after supper when you're like, I want something a little bit simple. So again, that's it. A super delicious recipe. It's a peanut butter fluff. I have the ingredients and directions in the description box, so scroll down. I'm Dietitian Shelly. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a like. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Gang, take care.